It's called Ronald Man, from the Vitruvian Man, so it's obviously a reference to Leonardo da Vinci. I just thought I'd give Leonardo a bit of a Mac twist, really, and just, I don't know. I like Leonardo da Vinci. I like art history, and I like some sort of irreverence towards art history. I don't take it entirely seriously, especially the grand old masters. I try to make this a bit of a toy, really. So it's got a wooden toy texture, and I bought a nice piece of shuttering ply because it's got a really nice big open wooden texture to it, and I spent a long time woodworking to get this sort of pretty decent, and to get the edges right, to get the perfect round. I think you could probably even make out somewhere. Oh yeah, there's a hole where the centre of the picture is from where drilled, and then used a router to cut it all out. So it's a pretty involved picture, really. So anyways, the Ronald itself, the Ronald is from an old McDonald's advert from 1970s, I would have thought. It's a particularly good one. I like just like the jumpsuit and the big 1970s collar on it, and I think it's a really nice piece. There's a reference in some way. There's a parallel development to the Chapmans, who've used an identical Ronald McDonald. I can't say who's first, personally. I think we probably discovered them pretty much at the same time. It's been around for quite a while in my work, so it's probably a parallel development, like there is a few times there. I like just the outline on there. It's just really kind of, it's brutal in some funny way. It doesn't quite follow the figure, and when you do it, the router goes pretty much all over the place. It's kind of uncontrollable, and it kind of throws some really weird difficulties your way. Like on that hand there, the routering just went all over the place, and I had a battle to fit the fingers in the outline that I made, and it's kind of, I try to avoid using wood filler and things in order to get things right. I mean, I have done in a few places to bring things out a bit, but then you lose the wood grain instantly. So you can only make the McDonald's bigger, and then sometimes it just doesn't work at all. So technically, it's been quite a battle to get the edges right, to get the geometry right, to make it fit, to get the everything. There's so much bits and so many weird bits, like where the trousers, where do you start the shading from one leg to the next, and things like that. So the technology in there, the painting technology, is quite a lot. Apart from that, it's just a really nice, simple piece. It doesn't speak for itself. Content-wise, I think it's just 3 different bits chucked in. It's the wooden toy aspect, the Leonardo da Vinci aspect, and the Ronald McDonald aspect. I never felt guilty about my Ronald McDonald obsession and my work. It's not really a hate for McDonald's at all. It's quite the contrary. I think he's quite a likable character, and I felt oddly defensive whilst I was doing all this work. So there's this really weird bit going on there. Personally, I've had a few pretty good McDonald's in my life. I've had some rubbish fries. I've had some pretty decent. What was it? I think it was a £1/4 meal on a way to Belgium, somewhere in Kent. It was really good. So I complimented the guy who gave me the food, and it was actually really nice. And then I spilled the coffee all over my camper van. So maybe not. Maybe a bit weird there. But I think everybody's got an opinion about McDonald's, and it just brings out really strong feelings. You get vegans trolling McDonald's fans on the Facebook page. You get as soon as there's a demo going on, McDonald's have to put the shutters down because they're the first shop to get smashed up. You know, it's these really weird things. It brings out really strong emotions in people, and yet it's really, really popular. And when you need food in a hurry, it's like there. You know, it's normally pretty decent as well. So I don't have particularly bad feelings about McDonald's. It's just got a really weird reputation, and it's got so many strong connotations to it. So it's an ideal subject matter because it just brings out things in people, and that's what I like. I like to paint things about things that people know already, and it just saves you an awful lot of work to refer to something that's already a known concept. And I think it's one of my more pop arty pictures, that, and I've always had a really big liking for pop art. Just seen something on Rauschenberg the other day, and it's just fantastic. It's just absolutely amazing. Art movement is the best. It's by far, I think, the best art movement that's been around. Put a blanket over it.
Next time.
You know what I mean? Just put a duvet over it.
Yeah, good idea. It's for a short while.
Well, you can also hang a duvet from the roof. Maybe.
We'll try something, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we'll just knock out the sound most likely, won't it?
Yeah.